Getting older is supposed to be a time of peace, wisdom, and reflection. You've worked hard, made sacrifices, and now you should be surrounded by love and respect. But here's a harsh truth. Your old age can become a nightmare if you allow the wrong people to stay in your life. And yes, sometimes even family members can be the biggest source of suffering. Buddhism teaches us about detachment, inner peace, and surrounding ourselves with the right energy. Yet, many elders find themselves trapped in toxic relationships, manipulated or drained by people who should be bringing them joy. Why does this happen? Because as we age, our physical strength may decline, but our need for emotional security increases. This makes us vulnerable to people who take advantage of us, whether it's for money, attention, or control. We hold on to toxic relationships out of obligation, guilt, or the fear of loneliness. But what if I told you that keeping certain people around in your old age is the reason for your suffering? Think about it. You've lived decades of your life giving, forgiving, and enduring. Isn't it time to be surrounded by people who truly care about your happiness? If someone constantly drains your energy, fills your mind with negativity, or makes you feel unworthy, do they really deserve a place in your life? Buddhism teaches that our surroundings shape our peace. If you allow the wrong people to stay, you will never find true serenity. In this video, we will reveal 5 types of people you must avoid in old age. Yes, even if they are family. This isn't about cutting people off for no reason. It's about protecting your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Some relationships only bring suffering, and Buddhism reminds us that clinging to them is a form of attachment that leads to pain. The sooner you recognize these toxic individuals, the sooner you can reclaim your peace. Who are these 5 people? You might be shocked to realize that some of them are already in your life. But don't worry. I'll show you exactly why you need to distance yourself and how doing so can bring you more happiness and freedom. Stay with me until the end, because this might just change the way you see your relationships forever. Let's begin. The most dangerous people to have around you in old age are the energy vampires. You've met them before. They never have anything good to say, never bring joy, and somehow, every conversation ends with you feeling exhausted. These people feed off your kindness and patience, using you as an emotional dumping ground. At first, it might seem harmless. Just a friend, a sibling, or even a child who always needs to talk. But pay attention. Does the conversation ever feel balanced? Do they ever ask how you're doing? Or is it always about them? Energy vampires don't care about your peace. They care about their own need to unload, complain, and get sympathy. And as you get older, this becomes even more dangerous. Your energy is precious. You've spent a lifetime working, struggling, and giving to others. Old age should be a time for relaxation, self-reflection, and happiness. But if you allow energy vampires into your life, you'll find yourself constantly drained, constantly dealing with other people's problems, and never having a moment of true peace. Buddhism teaches that suffering often comes from attachment. And if you're attached to people who steal your energy, you are choosing misery over tranquility. Some relationships are not meant to be nurtured. They are meant to be released. Yet, many elderly people struggle to let go, fearing loneliness. But let me ask you, what's lonelier than being surrounded by people who don't truly care about you? The worst part is, energy vampires don't see themselves as the problem. If you try to pull away, they will guilt trip you. They'll say you've changed, that you're being selfish, or that they need you now more than ever. But let's be real. Did they ever truly care about your needs? Or were you just a source of comfort for them? It's time to stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your mind, heart, or emotions. So how do you handle these people? First, recognize the pattern. Notice how you feel after talking to them. Do you feel lighter or heavier? If every interaction drains you, it's a sign. Second, set boundaries. You don't have to answer every call or reply to every message. It's okay to say, "I'm not available right now." Third, don't let guilt control you. Energy vampires survive by making you feel bad for pulling away. Don't fall for it. And finally, replace them with people who uplift you. Find those who bring laughter, wisdom, and positivity into your life. Because at this stage, every moment should be spent with those who genuinely add value to your life. If you don't cut out the energy vampires, you will spend your old age feeling emotionally exhausted, never having true peace. You've given enough. Now, it's time to protect yourself. And if you thought these people were bad, wait until you hear about the next type you must avoid. Because they don't just drain you, they use you. The second type of person you must avoid in old age is the selfish opportunist. These people are only around when they need something. They don't check on you out of love or respect. They show up when they need money, a favor, or a place to stay. And once they get what they want, they disappear, only to return when they need something else. What makes them so dangerous is that they know exactly how to manipulate you. They use sweet words, fake concern, and even guilt to get what they want. They might say things like, "You're the only one I can turn to," or, "After everything I've done for you, can't you help me just this once?" But don't be fooled. Their loyalty is not to you, it's to their own self-interest. Selfish opportunists can be anyone, a friend, a distant relative, or even your own child. And because they know you care about them, they take full advantage. They come around only when it benefits them, but when you need something, they're nowhere to be found. Think about it. Have you ever noticed someone who only calls you when they need money? Or a relative who only visits when they need a place to stay? These people do not love you. They use you. And if you let them, they will drain you of everything. Your time, your energy, and even your financial security. Buddhism teaches the importance of generosity, but it also teaches the importance of wisdom. True generosity is given freely, not because someone tricks you into it. If someone is only in your life to take, they are not a real connection. They are a burden. And as you get older, you must be even more careful. Many elderly people lose their savings, their homes, and even their health because they keep giving to people who never give back. Some are afraid to say no because they fear being abandoned. But ask yourself, if someone will only stay in your life if you give them things, do they truly care about you? Here's how you deal with selfish opportunists. First, recognize the pattern. If someone only contacts you when they need something, that's a clear sign. Second, learn to say no without guilt. You don't have to explain yourself. "I can't help right now" is a complete sentence. Third, stop believing their empty promises. They may say they'll pay you back or help you in return, but they never do. Actions speak louder than words. Finally, protect your resources. Keep your finances private and don't feel obligated to bail people out of their own mistakes. You've worked hard your whole life. You deserve relationships that are based on love and respect, not transactions. The moment you stop being useful to a selfish opportunist, they will leave you. So why wait for that moment? Remove them from your life before they take everything from you. And trust me, the next type of person you must avoid is even worse. Because they don't just take from you, they tear you down. The third type of person you must avoid in old age is the toxic critic. The person who always has something negative to say, who makes you feel small, and who never acknowledges your worth. These people exist everywhere, even within your own family. They constantly criticize your choices, your lifestyle, and even the way you age. Instead of supporting you, they make you feel like you're never good enough. And the worst part? You've probably tolerated them for years, thinking it's normal. But let me tell you, this is not normal. This is abuse disguised as honesty. Toxic critics are dangerous because their words slowly destroy your confidence and peace. They might say things like, "You're too old to do that," or "Why are you still trying to enjoy life?" They act as if aging is a curse instead of a stage of life. Some will constantly bring up your past mistakes, reminding you of the things you can't change. Others will compare you to people your age, saying, "Look at so-and-so, they're doing better than you." Instead of lifting you up, they tear you down, making you feel unworthy and powerless. Buddhism teaches that words carry energy. A kind word can bring peace, while a cruel word can cause suffering. If you allow toxic critics into your life, you are letting their negativity poison your mind. Many elderly people fall into depression, not because of loneliness, but because of the constant criticism they receive from their own family or friends. Imagine waking up every day only to hear that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough. Over time, you start believing it. You stop trying new things, stop enjoying life, and start feeling like a burden. But here's the truth. You are not a burden. You are not worthless. The real problem is the toxic person making you feel that way. So how do you deal with toxic critics? First, recognize their pattern. If someone constantly makes you feel bad about yourself, that's not tough love. That's emotional abuse. Second, stop justifying their behavior. Some people say, that's just how they are. But why should that be an excuse for their cruelty? If someone truly cares about you, they will speak with kindness, not criticism. Third, create distance. If you can't completely remove a toxic critic from your life, at least limit your interactions. You don't have to listen to their negativity. Walk away, change the subject, end the call. You have control over what energy you allow into your space. You deserve to spend your later years in peace, surrounded by love and respect. If someone only brings you down, they don't deserve a place in your life. And let me tell you, the next type of person is even worse, because they don't just criticize you. They secretly want to see you fail. The fourth type of person you must avoid in old age is the resentful family member, the one who secretly envies you, holds grudges, and deep down wants to see you struggle. These people may smile in front of you, but behind that smile is resentment, jealousy, or unresolved anger. And what makes them truly dangerous? They are family. That means you trust them, you love them, and you assume they have your best interests at heart. But in reality, they see your success, your happiness, or even your wisdom as a threat. Resentful family members can take many forms. Some are jealous of the life you've built. They see that you've worked hard, made sacrifices, and now have stability or wisdom they lack. Instead of feeling happy for you, they feel bitter. Others hold on to past grievances, old arguments, misunderstandings, or family drama from years ago. Even if you've moved on, they haven't. They bring up past mistakes, not to heal, but to remind you that they haven't forgiven you. And then there are those who simply can't stand to see you at peace. If you're happy, they'll find a way to ruin it. If you're doing well, they'll gossip about you, spread rumors, or try to make others turn against you. Buddhism teaches that resentment is a poison, not just for the person holding on to it, but for everyone around them. A resentful family member may not openly attack you, but their energy is toxic. They might constantly question your decisions, criticize you in subtle ways, or make you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. Some will try to manipulate you, using phrases like, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me?" Or worse, family is supposed to stick together. But here's the truth. Family is not about blood. It's about respect, love, and support. If someone only brings negativity into your life, their title doesn't matter. They are not family in the true sense of the word. So how do you deal with a resentful family member? First, recognize the signs. If someone always has something negative to say about you or seems irritated by your happiness, pay attention. Their resentment will often show in sarcastic comments, passive-aggressive behavior, or sudden outbursts over small things. Second, stop seeking their approval. You don't need them to validate your choices. If they are determined to misunderstand or dislike you, nothing you do will ever be enough. Third, distance yourself emotionally. You don't have to cut them off completely, but you must stop letting their negativity affect your peace. Finally, forgive, but don't forget. Buddhism teaches us that forgiveness is for our own peace, not for the other person. You can let go of anger without allowing toxic people to stay in your life. You deserve to live the rest of your life surrounded by people who genuinely love and respect you. If someone resents you for your happiness, that's their problem, not yours. And trust me, the last type of person you must avoid is even worse. Because they don't just resent you, They bring chaos into your life. The last type of person you absolutely must avoid in old age is the chaos bringer. The one who thrives on drama, conflict, and emotional manipulation. These people cannot survive in a peaceful environment. The moment life feels calm, they stir up trouble just to keep things interesting. They gossip, spread lies, create unnecessary arguments, and drag you into problems that have nothing to do with you. And the worst part? They don't care about the damage they cause. As long as they have an audience, they will continue their toxic behavior. You've probably dealt with a chaos bringer before. They are the ones who always have a new enemy, a fresh complaint, or a dramatic story to tell. They love to play the victim, making it seem like the world is always against them. But if you look closely, you'll notice a pattern. Everywhere they go, problems follow. It's never their fault, of course. They blame others, twist the truth, and manipulate situations to make themselves look innocent. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself caught in their web of destruction. Buddhism teaches that peace comes from within, but chaos bringers make that impossible. They disrupt your emotional balance, stress you out, and keep you in a state of constant worry. As you get older, you don't have time for this nonsense. Your life should be about serenity, wisdom, and joy, not endless arguments, fake apologies, and unnecessary tension. But chaos bringers won't let you rest. They will call you at odd hours, complaining about someone or something. They will bring up old conflicts just to watch people fight. They will twist your words, turning innocent conversations into full-blown battles. And once they've created chaos, they sit back and enjoy the show. So why do they do this? Because drama gives them power. The more people they can manipulate, the more control they have. They feel important when others are talking about them, even if it's negative. And let's be honest, some of them are just miserable. They can't stand to see others happy, so they spread negativity wherever they go. If they see you at peace, they will try to ruin it. If they see you building strong relationships, they will try to turn people against you. They don't want solutions. They want problems because problems keep them relevant. The best way to deal with chaos bringers? Cut them off completely. Unlike other toxic people, they cannot be reasoned with. You cannot fix them, change them, or teach them to be better. They don't want peace. They want control. If you allow them into your life, they will drain your happiness, waste your time, and leave you emotionally exhausted. Don't argue with them. Don't engage in their games, and don't fall for their fake apologies. Just walk away. Silence is the most powerful weapon against a chaos bringer. In old age, your time is precious. Every moment should be spent with people who uplift you, not those who pull you into unnecessary conflict. If someone is always surrounded by drama, it's because they create it. Don't let them bring it into your life. Let them go and watch how peaceful your life becomes. Now, the choice is yours. You've spent your whole life giving, sacrificing, and putting up with people who don't deserve you. But in old age, you must decide. Do you want peace or do you want to keep suffering because of toxic people? This is your time. You don't owe anyone your energy, your money, or your emotional well-being. If someone drains you, disrespects you, or only comes around when they need something, cut them off without hesitation. Because let's be honest, if you were no longer useful to them, they wouldn't hesitate to leave you behind. Buddhism teaches that suffering is a choice, and today, you have the power to choose something better. Choose peace over drama. Choose happiness over guilt. Choose yourself over people who never truly cared about you. Let go of energy vampires, selfish opportunists, toxic critics, resentful family members, and chaos bringers. Because the moment you remove them, your life will change. You will feel lighter, happier, and truly free. So tell me, who in your life needs to go? Drop a comment below and share your experiences. I'll be reading them, and trust me, you're not alone in this. And if this video opened your eyes, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we have so much more to talk about. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and let's build a community of people who choose peace over toxicity. Your best years start now.